What's up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video back in Planet Coaster. So this episode is going to be focused on the wing coaster and the station and detailing the wing coaster, which is pretty awesome. I had something in mind for this station. It would be kind of simple, but kind of unique in a way. And this is going to be the... I still don't have a final name for this. It's going to be something like Stormflyer or something like that, or something like that. Something about... It's going to have like the storm theme of, you know, sailing in the waves and stuff like that. But I figured Stormflyer, since it's a wing coaster, would work pretty well. And one of you actually suggested that. It was a pretty decent name, I thought. So I thought I'd create kind of like this waves effect here in the station. For the station, I thought it'd be kind of cool and go with the theme a little bit and give a really cool, unique look for a station. And it turned out pretty decent, I guess. I mean, and you know, lots of blue and stuff, and it looks... at first I was a little bit sketchy about it, but in the end it did turn out to kind of cool in a way. So I want you guys to comment, let me guys know what you think of how this station turned out. And I thought it turned out pretty cool, especially for the theming, and you know, it looks like awesome waves off to the side and stuff like that. It looks really, really cool. So this station's going to be, like I said, very simple, and the queue line's going to be simple, and it's going to have an outdoor queue line. Nothing too fancy for this coaster in general, and it is one of the smaller type of coasters, since it is kind of not the tallest or biggest coaster in the park. But I still find it to be a very cool and exciting coaster that I've actually added in the park. And there is one more coaster that will be built, and it'll be in the next couple episodes. It will be an inverted coaster, the 2x2 inverted coaster. It's not the 4x4, and it's not going to be anything special. But a lot of people requested one more coaster, so I thought I would try it out. The only thing is the frame rate is starting to drop slowly the more and more I build. It still is pretty playable, though. I will admit that the game, even though I have this pretty big park, my computer is still running it pretty decently, or pretty well, you know. It's doing a pretty good job at it, and that's pretty impressive, I think, for this game. And I guess my computer can handle it pretty well, so that works really well. And I decided to try and do something. I just wanted to try something that was in game that would, you know, what stuff's kind of meant for, and in a sense, because it is kind of cool and looks kind of cool, and I wanted to create something that's simple but also looks kind of cool and unique at the same time. And what better thing to do than like waves? I tried to use the copy tool, but it did not let me place it where I wanted it to, so I did have to actually go and place each individual part on the other side as well. Now, I am actually beginning to plan what I'm going to be doing for my next park, and I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but it will be completely differently themed and stuff like that. And I will revisit this park in the future as well, when we get like possibly future updates. Like if water gets added and water rides get added or something, I might add like some water rides or something to this park or something like that. I think it'd be kind of a cool addition to it. And if it has like a new rides, I might keep it like I want to keep my parks like really like realistically, like really make them feel real, as in updating them all the time. Like if a new ride's gonna come out, I'm gonna tease that for the park and everything, kind of like a actual real life coaster would. And like, you know, and you might be seeing it once a year in each park, because I'll probably have quite a few parks by the time this game releases. and I wanted to create, kind of like I've actually, or kind of like create a theme park company, not a real theme park company, obviously, but a Planet Coaster theme park company, call it like JLW, company, I don't know, something like that, and it kind of like a theme park chain, kind of, if that makes sense, kind of like Six Flags or Cedar Fair or something like that, that have theme park chains, and they own multiple parks, something like that. So this is something like just for fun, and it's kind of a little fantasy, but I've always dreamed of stuff like that before in my lifetime, and what better way to do that than actually do it on a game like this in the first place. But this area actually turned out to be pretty cool, and I ended up putting a kind of like a body of water right there between the queue line and the coaster track right there, and put like a little island of rocks in the middle, which we'll get to here in just a minute. I just felt like the park needed a little bit more water, and especially with the theming of this ride, and it could make it pop just a little bit more. And I really want to put something kind of on the launched lift hill. I don't know what to put on there, but I don't want to keep that blank, really. And this ceiling works pretty well for a placeholder for water, and it doesn't look half bad. Unfortunately, it's not animated. If it was animated, it actually wouldn't look too bad. I'd say if it was actual animated water, and what it looks like now, it'd almost look better than Roller Coaster Tycoon World's water. But nah, Roller Coaster Tycoon World is actually, their water is actually looking much better after they've added reflections now. Not as good, but it's looking better. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about this park, of course. And I thought this little rock island would be kind of neat and fancy for this particular coaster and stuff. I believe, no, it wasn't this episode. There is a episode where I actually lost a little bit of footage, and I believe it's the next episode, if I'm correct. I was actually playing, and I lost power. It was a thunderstorm, and I actually lost power while playing the game, and it shut my computer off, and I lost all that footage because the file got corrupted. So I think it's episode 24 where it's actually cut, or actually there's like about 20 minutes of footage missing, and but it's not too much. It's mostly just rock work and some foliage parts, so it didn't take off too much. And as you can see, I did a little bit of terraforming in the wing coaster area, and some terraforming over here to help align these paths just a little bit nicer and so forth. But this was a very tough type of thing with terrain-wise to get down with the pathways. Yeah, because the rock work gets kind of a little crazy in some points. Not right here with the station, but I'm talking about on that elevated path that was like kind of going over another path, which was kind of an awkward, but it was kind of awkward, but I do end up making it work, and it turned out pretty cool. I don't know if I do it in this episode. We'll see in a minute or so, I guess, or in the next minute, I suppose. But yeah, I think I actually changed the color scheme of this coaster as well, to make it kind of look a little bit better, and instead of being completely strictly blue, I think I changed like the sports to white or something. I don't remember. I just like watch this thing and just commentate. That's what I do, and but for the I was saying on the launched lift section, I want to put something under it so it's not just kind of like a track, some type of catwalk type of thing, whether it be wooden or something like that, and just to give it a more realistic and cool look to it, I suppose. But I thought this exit pathway kind of looked cool with the terrain kind of up like that. I thought it was kind of a neat little thing. So this area I thought was themed pretty well, and I like the theming. It added a lot to this coaster and everything. Just like a lot, you know. And you know, we're next. This is, I do get to this part. This is where this is where the rock work gets kind of crazy, and because you see the pathways going over the path, but I didn't want it to be kind of like hovering over the path with no supports, so I made kind of like this rock texture, or this rock formation, to kind of look like the rocks are actually supporting the pathway above this pathway, kind of. And I didn't want to couldn't make the rocks too low, otherwise the guest would have to duck under to get through the other pathway pretty much, and I didn't want that, because the guest probably would not appreciate that very much. But it does end up working out, and I think I work on it later in the future. And but that's about it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I do want to actually try and keep this series 30 episodes or less. So when we hit about episode 30, I'm hoping to have this park done. It's going to be a long shot, but there's still a lot of detailing to do, but we'll see how it goes. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day and even cooler tomorrow, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, and goodbye.